Hi all, welcome to our potential EPL upgrade. Some nice looking cards to look forward to, so if we can smash the links would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at GIsALegend. All the links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. And remember to hit that notification bell so you know when uploads are up on the channel. It would be massively appreciated. So remember folks, as always, we're not trying to cover every single upgrade that's possible. We're just trying to cover a small fragment of not always the best ones that stand out, but just a good variety of options that seem to be suggesting that could happen. So Pacheco looks a nice potential upgrade, possibly +1, maybe even +2 for what I'm seeing of him. Alaves are kind of fighting for European spots, so don't be surprised to see a few Alaves players happen. Now Rodri, I know I've got him as a right centre back, but we're actually kind of trying to rack my brains a little on defenders that would get upgrades. Now, I went Rodri because I thought, well, the midfielders were quite in high abundance for upgrades, and Rodri looks at least +1, maybe even +2. But regardless, he has had a very good season so far for Atletico. Bartra, another one that's been consistent for Betis. I would imagine a +1 for him. Definitely deserving of it. Had a consistent season and has made his own back at another team that, because obviously he was so consistent. He was never really given too much time at Dortmund, but he has proven at Betis to be very consistent. Gaia looks like a +1 going on what I'm seeing. As I said, all the upgrades I'm kind of noticing are from FIFA, and it's kind of just gives a rough guide. So cards like Gaia, for example, they would be affected, I would assume, on their UCL card. Jesus Navas, I know he's getting older, but the interesting thing is he looks like going up maybe +1 or +2. I'd be quite shocked by it, but he seems to be having such a quality season. For what I've saw of Seville, yes, they've kind of went a little bit wayward, not drawing quite a few games lately to hamper their title runs, but regardless, they have had a very good season. Then Aspas, I'm going to assume is going to get position change back to a striker. So that 85 right winger could suddenly become interesting, but I feel he might go 86, 87, and then it will be fun in games. I think he will probably go to an 86 at least and will be a striker card. So the 85 right winger will slowly become low in supply. Lo Celso, been very impressive for Betis in Europe and in the league. I think he may go up +1, +2. I would say if he was to go +2, I think he affects the team of group stage card by going up 1. I might be wrong, but I wouldn't imagine if it was to even go up 1. I don't think it affects the card then. So time will tell. But I think it could be a nice little upgrade on him. If you've got his team of group stage card, it looks a nice upgrade. Then Barega +1 for what I'm seeing. And especially if he was to go to Arsenal fans then suddenly have maybe an 84 rated mid that could be quite appealing. So obviously he has to go to Arsenal first to become maybe a bit more appealing, and then it helps the EPL perspective. But if he doesn't, it helps from a La Liga view that 84 mids are a little bit more in supply now. Then Ibai Gomez, who had a cracking start of the season for Alaves, and it's kind of kept it quite consistent. I would say +1, maybe even +2 for him what I'm seeing, and definitely merits an upgrade. Stuani, I think it's going to go up at least 2, and it's interesting. He's kicked on from last season. I think he's been nominated for Player of the Month twice, and he's just consistently been very, very impressive for Girona. And it's scary to think when he was at Middlesbrough, he was, I think, hit and miss, but since joining Girona, he's been banging goals in for fun, and he's had 2 informs and could impact the informs immensely. Then for someone like Ben Yedder, I think could be going up at least 1, maybe 2, and I think if he was to go to an 83 and gets boosted up as required, it could be a bit interesting. Vasilik continues the Sevilla upgrades. I would say +2 going on what I'm seeing. There is maybe even suggestions that he could even go up +3. So either way, 2 or 3 upgrade will be handy. Firpo, another one that's had a very impressive season. I think he'll go up about 2 or 3 going on what I'm seeing, and I think it would be a very useful upgrade for him. Just kind of, I think if he was to go to 78, the inform would become an 82, so slightly helps out the inform. Hernandez, looking at him, looks like a +1 or even a +2 upgrade. I don't know why, really. I wouldn't have thought much of an upgrade on him, but see what happens. Ceballos, the highest I've seen touted for him is +4, but I think he's going to be a +2 or maybe even a +3 upgrade. I think he's been one of the brighter lights of Real Madrid's season, and if he gets a healthy boost, fair play to him. Sarabia could get a position change and an upgrade, maybe +1 or +2, and if he was to become a central card like a centre mid or cam, then it gets a bit more interesting. I think if he was an 83 as an upgrade, would make it really, really neat. Then Borja Iglesias, who's just kicked on from an impressive season last year in the second tier, doing it again in the top tier. I think a +2 or +3 upgrade for him and will be well deserved. But obviously, as usual, time will tell what happens with respective upgrades. But I think Iglesias, who's scored a lot of goals for Espanyol this season, is definitely meriting an upgrade. Espanyol seem to always churn out a decent little striker here or there for their team. Then Silva, obviously didn't do the damage for AC Milan, but since going to Sevilla, seems to be playing pretty well for them. And I think a +2 upgrade looks destined for him. Hernandez looks like going back to a gold. I'm seeing +2, +3 upgrade for him. And if you've ever tried him, he is very, very nice. I saw a lot of people used him in the silver squads for the, I think it was the Player of the Year Martinez squad, or not Player of the Year Martinez, Santi Cazorla challenge. Very popular. Same for Zimo Navarro, he was another card I saw quite commonly. It was Hermoso and Zimo Navarro as centre backs, and it looks like he's going back to a gold, +1 or +2, and maybe even a +3 at the very highest, but I think +1 or +2 for him looks a handy upgrade. And he's always someone I commonly go for, and could prove quite handy for SBCs. So, because La Liga hasn't happened yet. Borja Iglesias looks at least a +3, maybe even as high as a +5. The guy is really kicked on this season for the team, and seems to be maybe quite a focal point for Celta Vigo over the season. So don't be surprised to see him get quite a chunky upgrade. And if he was to go as high as +5 to a 78, his inform might go 81, 82. Cucurella, the Barcelona loanee at Eibar, yes, he's had an inform, but it looks like he's also destined for a little bit of an upgrade, maybe as low as +2, maybe as high as +4 or 5. I can't see him touching gold. I think he'll remain a silver, and just a higher rated silver at that, but still, regardless, has had a good season. And then our last pick is another one that looks like going from silver to gold, and I would say personally, looking at him, he's had a good season going on what I've seen of the teams in Spain, and I think Alaves definitely are the team this season that could experience a fair few upgrades and will be well deserved. As I say, this is just a fragment of some of the players. Guys like Stuani and Ben Yedder, their special cards I think would probably go up like +1 or +2 overall, depending on how it would affect their overall respective ratings, and same for like guys like Aspas. But hopefully you find this useful. As always, folks, let me know in the comments down below who you would like for a Liga upgrade when it comes. Smash like as always, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter @GTheLegend. Take it easy all, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all later.